Oh, that was rubbish. Let's do that again. No. You're not getting it. Yeah, that was good. Welcome back to that Gym Couple podcast.
Are you sure? You didn't sound so sure.
Yeah, that didn't sound right. Can I try that again?
Yeah, try again.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to that Gym Couple podcast.
Hosted by Callum and Lucy.
Yeah. I'm in a really weird mood again.
Yeah.
I was in a weird mood last week. I'm in a weird mood this week.
It's good though, because it brings a bit of energy to the podcast where...
Bit of energy.
Usually
more energy, more passion,
especially,
more footwork.
Especially with this weather, you usually be like, this is the worst day ever.
All right.
Just a bit melodramatic.
Bring me down, why don't you?
I feel like you're like really far away from me.
Yeah, I know. I'm not. This is not working for me. You've put my mic in a weird position.
I've not.
Yeah, I mean, not to, mention the weather because that is so British, but I literally thought spring was here and it's currently hailstoning, so that's perfect.
Yeah, this is spring.
Perfect.
This is what spring's like.
Why do we live in this country?
Well, valid.
Had to think about that one, didn't you?
Yeah.
Right. How are you? Let's give our listeners an update on our cuts. It's week 2.
Jesus, like straight into it. Not even like a, how you doing? What you've been up to?
Yeah.
You're skipping all of that stuff now.
You literally just said to me, let's get straight into it this week.
No,
I want it to be bish bash bosh
no,
done.
I was like, let's
So
just make it
it
really smooth and straightforward. Not like, I want to have a chat. I want to have a discussion. I don't want to just be like, this is this, we're out. It'd be like a 20-minute podcast then.
Yeah, well, fine then.
People
How are
are
you,
here
Callum?
for the waffle.
No, really not.
Of course they are. I'm good.
How are you?
I'm very good. I've had quite a productive week. It's been very busy. Training's been good. Got a new plan I'm working through.
Save that for the weekly check-in, please.
No, but that's not the check-ins about my progress. I'm just talking about my plan.
Okay.
God, you are in a weird mood today. But no, yeah, I'm very good. We haven't really been up to an awful lot. I haven't really been up to an awful lot. I don't know.
No, but I do feel like the days are all really confusing now because we normally record this podcast on a Tuesday. It's now Wednesday. You've had all different shifts at work this week, so I'm all confused.
Yeah, it does feel a bit odd.
But it's also, I feel like, I don't know about you, but I feel like this week's going really slowly.
Yeah, it doesn't really feel like it's a Wednesday. It feels like a Friday, but without that Friday feeling.
Yeah, I think it's because we have plans. Obviously, it's Easter this weekend.
Yeah.
And we've got a lovely weekend with all of your family, which I'm really looking forward to.
Dodging chocolate and...
Yeah. But it's like, I don't know, I think when you're looking forward to something, the week just goes really slow, doesn't it?
Yeah. But that's quite nice. I'm trying to just enjoy it as much as I can because nothing's really... when you're off for a little while, even if it's just like 4 days, and it's nice to just know that that's coming. You don't really have as many stresses.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And also if you're constantly living for the moment that you have the time off, because you're having fun when you're off, it goes so quickly, then you're back again. And it's like cringy as it sounds, you really need to not live for the weekends. We need to try and enjoy the weeks and then... Yeah,
absolutely. And, in just over 2 weeks, we're moving in together. So that's exciting. Yeah,
I was actually going to keep that a secret, but I forgot that we just told the whole podcast.
Yeah,
so.
We'd already spoke about it.
Yeah, I've not even told some of my friends yet. I mean, until the keys are in my hands.
Yeah, it doesn't feel real. We've done some of the bits that we need to do, but it's hard because without getting the keys, as soon as you get the keys, it's like, okay, right, it's real.
This is happening. Yeah, I know. I think as well, because I've moved so many times in the past 5 years, and a lot of the times you've gone for a place and you think it's all great and then it falls through.
Yeah.
Obviously we're only renting, but things can still go wrong, and I feel
that until
something
until
in me is just don't get
keys,
too excited.
Yeah,
even though we have been reassured so many times that it is ours.
Yeah, 100%.
It's just that horrible feeling that you think, oh my god, imagine if something's wrong.
Yeah, like something doesn't happen, and or we.
I would be devastated.
Rather not think about it, to be honest.
Yeah, me too. But it's a new chapter for us, and it'll be really exciting.
Yeah,
there'll be a new back set for anyone that watches us on YouTube. There'll be a new back set.
We need to think about that.
I think it'll be really cute because we've got the like little windows at the top. I don't know if that would even be in the shot.
You probably won't see that, but
I think it'll be similar, really, because we're going to have the same furniture.
It's going to be a lot quieter.
Yeah, that's
There'll
so
be
true.
So much less background noise from cars and traffic and people. And
yeah, we're also filming this at, to be fair, it's only 3:45, but this road is just so busy
all the time.
Yeah, whereas we've got our own little detached building. It's going to be very sweet.
Back street, like not many people would drive down there purposefully or.
I just can't wait for the Sunday coffee run.
Yeah, I mean we could definitely do that here still.
I know we literally live in the centre of town, but we're moving to a little place where we love. There's like little cute cafes and.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I just kind of want it to happen, but then also I know we're away this weekend, then we've got one weekend to sort of pack.
It's
this is going to be fun.
But I feel like with packing, it's one of those weird things where like you don't want to start packing up your whole life now because you're going to need stuff. I hate when you pack stuff and then you're like, oh no, that's in a box and it's right at the bottom, and then you end up unpacking it again. We've
been really good at getting rid of stuff though. So
you've been really good.
You've been really slow. You've got stuff ready. I
have got stuff ready to go, but remember, I moved into this tiny, weeny little apartment.
Yeah.
So I had to get rid of like all the stuff I owned basically to move in here.
Yeah.
So I don't actually have that much stuff.
No, that's true.
Like I've done a good clear out. But how are you feeling about living with me?
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. Like, we're together all the time anyway, so...
Yeah, but living together is very different. Like, we know that if anything goes wrong, we've got our own properties.
Yeah, true, but, like, nothing's gone wrong.
Touch wood. That's not wood. Just touch my head.
Yeah. Nothing has gone wrong. Like, there's been no points where I've been like, I just cannot be around you.
No, me neither. But, like,
and
inevitably...
even when you piss me off, I'm still like...
I never piss you off. I'm perfect.
Right. Like I still don't feel like I need to even like necessarily leave the room.
No, and if you do, like we will have moments in the rest of our lives if we're going to be together for that long that we'll piss each other off.
There's a sofa for you to sleep on if that's the case.
No, we're great at communicating, so I'm sure we'll talk things through. I've never been in a relationship where someone's had to sleep on the sofa. Like
that's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. But obviously inevitably it will change things slightly.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to have to adjust to that, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly. And I think we're up for the task.
Yeah. I think so. It's weird though. For me, it's like end of an era of living by myself.
Yeah, short era, really.
Oh, yeah. I know it is quite short, but...
I think it's something that everyone needs to go through to some degree.
I agree. 100%, I think.
It can be really hard at times. Like I've done it a few times. I did all of lockdown on my own. That was
that's another tough level. Like that's tough.
But you know, I had a good support network around me, and I was able to find people I was able to find out who my real friends were in that situation because they were the ones messaging me, being like, "Mate, I hope you're okay. You know, you're on your own, so let me know if you need anything or if I can help in any way." Some people I just never heard from.
Really?
And you're like, oh wow.
Interesting.
It's people you'd expect to hear from as well, but it was, it was a good learning experience. I mean, that wasn't the first time I was living on my own, but yeah, you've
done a lot of living on your own.
Yeah.
So I think you can safely say that I think you said everyone needs to do it at some point to just know that you actually can be alone. So many people just have to be around people all the time.
Yeah. Or
I love a night by myself.
It goes the same with relationships, doesn't it? Some people just have to be in a relationship all the time, and some people really struggle being on their own, which again, I don't think you can really grow that much if you don't have that chance.
No, I completely agree. I don't think you can. But what's funny is when I first moved into this, where we are now, by myself, for a while I was obviously a little bit nervous, like first time sleeping on my own, being in a house by myself, or not a house, an apartment. And then you get used to it, and then you love it.
Yeah.
And now I feel like we're going to move in together, and if there is ever a time where you're not there, I think I'm going to go back to being really scared again.
Yeah, maybe.
Which is really silly because I have lived on my own for over a year and I've not been scared.
But I think the longer you live somewhere, the more comfortable you're going to get, aren't you?
Yeah, you know the noises.
Exactly. Like nothing's going to really, if there's a car driving down the road in the middle of the night, you're not going to be like, oh, what the hell's that? Because it does happen. And I think it depends on where you live and what sort of experiences you're used to and stuff. But yeah, I think you'll be fine.
I hope so. I mean, I doubt there'll be many occasions where you're not there.
No, I don't really go away anywhere too far without you. I got Berlin at the end
let's not announce it to the world that some young girl will be living alone for that weekend. While you're in a different country.
True.
Yes, let's move on.
No,
okay, how do you feel about the No. How do you feel about the waffling? Can we go into our weekly check-ins now?
Yes, I believe so.
Cue the jingle.
Give me your own version. Give me a little voiceover at the same time.
Weekly check-in. No, that's not it. It's really hard to think of a jingle on the spot. Give me a beat.
No.
You nearly did it then.
I was just thinking how awful it would sound on these mics.
Weekly check-in.
Come on, a bit louder.
Weekly check-in. Weekly check-in.
Cool, that's going
No,
in.
I didn't like
that's
that.
That's definitely going in with the
I
music.
I didn't like that. Weekly check-in. Did you actually weigh yourself this week?
I did. Are we starting with me?
I don't mind. I don't think either of us have got anything too fab to say.
Do you know what? I'm like, basically my weight hasn't shifted at all, and the last time I weighed myself was 2 weeks ago, so I didn't weigh myself last week at all. So there's a good chance that my weight has dropped just in that time. There's a number of factors that could mean why my weight hasn't shifted, but ultimately what I have been looking at is the progress pictures.
Yeah.
And I'm looking leaner. So
yeah,
I'm not overly fussed about the scale weight right now. Sometimes it's just a sticking point and I know that it's going to come down. It might have come down already. Didn't weigh myself today. Maybe I'll weigh myself tomorrow and see if it's shifted at all then. But yeah, I've been enjoying the process, both of those words, this week. There've been a couple of times when...
Can I just quickly say, I feel like I'm really like...
Yeah, you are like really far over. Like,
but I normally lean on this because it helps my back.
No, you don't sit that far over usually.
Okay, sorry.
There you go. That's all right. That's better. Yeah, I've been enjoying the process this week. There's been, like, I've meal prepped. I've stuck to my plan. There was a time where I was offered some birthday cake that someone brought in the other day, and I said this to someone yesterday. I find it really easy when I'm on a cut and I've got meal prep stuff and I'm prepared. Saying no to those instances is so much better. Even though, yeah, absolutely, I could have just been like, yeah, cool, like go for some cake. Did I want the cake? Yeah, I wanted the cake. But saying no was so much easier because I was like, well, I've got everything. Like I've eaten my lunch today. I don't need anything now. I've got a meal later. I don't want to have to like take stuff out of that to try and fit in a tiny bit of cake, which, yeah, granted is going to be lovely, but
sometimes it's not really worth it, is it?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that makes a big difference between, say, when I am eating intuitively, obviously, or even if like I was on a bulk or something. It's so much easier in that situation to just be like, yeah, look, I'll have some, because
you're not thinking about the calories, are you, as much?
You're like, oh, it's fine. Like I'll just take something off later. And whether you do or don't,
I completely agree.
It's not good food. I feel better generally.
Same.
I feel healthier. I feel less, much less bloated this week.
Yeah.
But again, I think that's partly due to cutting certain foods out of my diet this week and last week. We love pasta, and I've cut that right back as much as I can, and I've been having carbs from other sources, rice and potatoes mainly. Yeah,
just generally for our kind of digestion. We just don't feel great, do we?
Such a difference, honestly.
Yeah. It's funny though. I actually feel exactly the same. I feel like just suddenly so much less bloated, and I don't know why that is, because granted I wasn't like tracking. I wasn't really tracking full stop towards the end of my bulk, but I must have been eating like significantly more carbs than I thought I was. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know if so.
Or maybe I'm drinking more water.
I think it was the types of carbs you were eating as well.
I was having a lot of rice, but
you're having a lot of pasta as well.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think we were eating.
I actually don't, and I don't think I was eating enough protein. I wasn't weighing my meat out as well as I am now.
Well, that's like the one thing I weigh out.
See, I I do, but I normally weigh my meat and my carbs.
Yeah.
But like now I'm literally weighing everything, and I'm really on top of my water.
Yeah. Which
That
that'll
could
make
be
a massive
helping.
difference. I think that's helped for me, actually. I've been a lot more conscious about drinking enough fluids.
And
Staying
we've been more
hydrated.
active. We've been making sure we're doing our steps, and
Yeah.
there's lots of moving parts, isn't there? But I'm weirdly in the exact same boat as you. I didn't drop weight this week.
Exact same boat.
What do you mean?
You didn't drop weight this week, but what did you do?
Put weight on.
You put weight on.
All right. Christ, throw me right
Hey,
under the bus. Why don't you?
This is us being organic, authentic, organic as well.
Yeah, all right, but that was a bit judgy. I felt judged by you then.
Too right.
Yeah, look, I don't know what's happened this week. I'm just as shocked as the next person, because, and I am actually, if I think too much into it, I am actually quite upset about it, because since Monday last week, when we said that we started the cut, I have honestly, I swear to God, tracked every single thing that I've eaten. I've even stopped having like Starbucks coffees, because I just don't want that much oat milk. Like, that's been making me feel really bloated as well, because I like lattes. You are flat white, so it's not as much milk, but I like to have a latte. So that's a lot of oat milk. And if that's not being tracked, that's like an extra 200 calories a day. So I've been enjoying my coffee that I have at home in the morning, tracking the oat milk. As I say, water. I made a massive effort last week to hit 10,000 steps every day. Did my cardio. I was so on it. Even over the weekend, we tracked what we had.
But it might just be like, because you've made a lot of change, not a lot of significant changes, but you've made some changes in your diet in the last week. It could just be your body reacting to that.
Yeah.
It could be something to do with your cycle as well. Like this.
No, see, I thought that, but I just stopped. So arguably, it should have come down, if anything. But do you know what was weird as well? I did wake up on Tuesday morning to do my check-in, and I felt that was the first time I felt really bloated. I felt really lean. Obviously, it always happens on that day, but I felt really bloated. I don't know if it's because we had coconut cream.
Yeah, possibly.
And I don't really have
coconut.
Wait, but is it dairy? Was it dairy cream in that? I know it says coconut cream. But was it or was it actually coconut?
It's from coconut cows, yeah.
Okay, so there wasn't actually any dairy in that. Damn it. That's not
But no, but it is different food, and there could be a number of things. We had different spices than what you used to. I mean, it's not going to make you put loads of weight on, but it might make you bloated. You've been drinking more water, which you could have overhydrated, if anything. And
yeah, I'm probably going to weigh myself again maybe tomorrow or Friday morning, just to see what's going on. But as you said, if I was just looking at the scale weight, that would have really got me down. But something that I say to my clients all the time, and I have to take on myself, is that it's not just about the scale weight. Do I feel better in myself? 100%. I did my photos. Do I look better? 100%. I look better. I feel better. To me, that's why I'm doing it anyway.
Exactly.
So,
and let's be honest, Lucy, you don't have a lot to lose.
It's not just
yeah, I know. I saw
nose.
that. That was grim. You don't have a lot to lose.
No, I know.
You're in a really, really good spot. Your bulk went really well. You're really happy with the end product. And even though you were battling a lot of setbacks, you had a lot of injuries, you had a lot of times where you just lacked the motivation to train for whatever reason, you still got through to the end of it. So this is just the start of the next phase.
Yeah.
And it's always going to be difficult in this first instance. Like last week, I probably struggled a little bit more with tracking, but it's the first time that I was really pushing it. Whereas this week, I'm everything, I've meal prepped all my meals. It's all good to go. I don't have to think about anything. I don't even really have to log anything in terms of what I'm eating.
It's already there, isn't it?
Because it's already there. But I know what I've... the meals are the same every day.
Well, and if you know what that comes to at the end, you don't even really need to.
This weekend's going to be a little bit tricky, I think, just because of... we're going to see my family. So I think trying to track's going to be difficult. Probably like there's going to be a lot of home cooked meals. I think there's like some prepared home cooked meals as well, so we have no idea what's gone into them.
Do you think we could maybe, because I'm not, if the thing that I don't like necessarily is when you've had breakfast, lunch, dinner really uncontrolled. If it's just dinner, I'm not as worried.
Exactly.
Do you think we could maybe bring some stuff?
Yeah, of course. Breakfast is going to be absolutely fine. My mum, bless her, she was like, what do you do for breakfast? And I was like, well, usually during the week I'd have oats.
But we could like bring our oats.
Yeah,
so that's
exactly.
Really
I think there's going to be some there. They've got bagels and
I just worry that there's going to be like yogurts
and
and I can't have that.
No. It's like avocado, eggs. There'll be some, I don't know, muesli or something.
We're going to be doing like, it's like a very wholesome thing as well. It's not like, we're going to be doing a lot of walks, I would imagine.
Yeah, we're not going to go and we're not getting pissed up every day.
No.
But even if we're going to have a drink, it's making the smart choices. Like we'll take what we want to drink.
Yeah.
And if that's a gin and slim tonic, that's what that is. That's absolutely fine. It's a case of managing what we can manage and handling our own expectations of what we can achieve on each day.
Yeah, but still having a nice time.
Yeah.
And I put oh my gosh, I was like, what is that noise? That's rain.
I thought there was a leaf fell past as well. It really just freaked me out for a second.
Yeah, I put a question box on my story today on Instagram just saying like, let's catch up. And someone did ask, how do you navigate eating out? Like on a diet type of thing. And even though we're not eating out this weekend, we're going to a place where we can't cook everything, we can't weigh everything. And arguably if we were really, really serious and there was less people there, we could maybe be a bit more involved in the cooking and weigh out our food. But there's like 20 people going. There's no way in hell I'm going into the kitchen going, excuse me, could I just weigh that out?
Yeah.
I won't be doing that.
We could have offered to cook the meals on one of the days. But again, it would have been hard for us to do that here and then transport it there. And like people have already offered their, they've done. So we might be, who knows? It might be really well and we both come back next week and we're like, yeah, we lost weight.
Yeah, exactly. And because we would have had a bit of a rest.
But this is the point. Yeah, I'm thinking that over this week, because we've been so consistent anyway, realistically, as long as you're not massively overdoing it on the weekend, it's only 3.5 days. Yeah. Possibly. But 3 days in total if you think. We can control what we eat Friday morning, Friday lunchtime. We can control what we eat Monday lunchtime and Monday evening. So it's only Saturday, Sunday, really, that's the problem. And then even then, it's only the meals that we're eating in the evenings. Yeah. And it's one weekend. Like, we're not doing this, like, it's the people get concerned, but it's, if we were going to be doing this every single weekend, it's going to start messing up our progress. It's one weekend. And as I say to my clients again, do you want to look back and be like, God, I really didn't enjoy that weekend. And all I did was worry and stress and I made everyone else around me feel stressed. Like, no, just pick your battles. Like, just enjoy it. And then if you've got a social event on the weekend, or maybe you've got a special dinner, or a friend's birthday or family member's birthday, whatever it is, your birthday, you can cut back in the week to make that weekend a little bit more manageable. Yeah. So if you are to, drop, say, 100 calories each single day, so that's 5 days worth of calories, maybe 6 if it's just the Saturday, so you could drop the Sunday's calories as well. You've got 600 calories to play with then on the weekends. That I'm not saying smash those 600 calories in,
and don't do that every weekend. That's not,
no, obviously not. But if you were to be able to do that, some people I know structure their weeks like that. They for some of my clients, that's exactly what I do as well, because I know that, let's say you're playing, they play rugby on a Saturday, for instance. So during the week, their calories are going to be lower because the Saturday comes around. They're going to be playing rugby on the Saturday anyway, so they're burning calories doing that. But afterwards, they'll enjoy a drink. They'll have a bit of food at the clubhouse. They might have another drink. Then they'll go home, or whatever they want to do. But it's managing their calories, so where their higher calorie days are, they can have a little bit more. But they just know that during the week, they've got to sacrifice a little bit to get to that point. If
you're really serious about it, like, look, we're not we're not stepping on stage.
No, exactly.
We're not at a point in our lives where we're taking our meal prep away with us.
It's one day, it's one, it's not always one day, but like if it's just one day or if it's a weekend, it's not the end of the world.
And just try and do other things. Like if you can't train, like we're not going to be able to train, but we're going to go for some nice long walks. Like we'll try and get our 10,000 steps in.
Stay active.
Yeah, do the things you can do.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, we'll keep plodding on with our cut. It's only week
week 1 really.
Yeah, we're going into week 2 technically this week. Yeah. But yeah, we're good. As you say, I'm not trying to lose loads. I'm just trying to shed a little bit.
Yeah. Just want to look good in the dress.
You just want to feel a little bit more snatched.
Yeah.
Which won't take too long.
No.
But yeah.
A little bit tighter.
Tighter, yeah.
Yeah. No,
exactly.
I completely agree. And that comes quickly. That does come quickly. Like before you know it, you'll be like, oh, like I'm at that point. But it's just handling. Brilliant. It's just handling expectations in between what you're able to do.
Yeah, I agree.
So lost Lucy at the end there.
Look at it.
Yeah,
rainbows are amazing.
None of our
listeners
or viewers can see it.
No, I know. Well, cool. That wraps up weekly check-ins.
Yeah.
Hope everyone else's goals are going well, whatever your goal is.
Gonna do the outro jingle?
No.
I'm gonna just clip the bit from the start.
I don't think I will put our viewers or listeners.
Oh, they're gonna hear what you did at the start bit.
I don't even remember what I did. I just made it up.
Exactly. Cool.
Weekly check-in.
So, one thing I'm gonna just try and shed light on is me coming into Lucy's flat to record the podcast, and there's yet another parcel. Another parcel.
Me and you are going to fall out today, buddy.
You've got an addiction, haven't you?
That is such a outright, outrageous fabrication of the truth.
How is it?
I am not addicted. No. I'm not addicted. I just, yeah.
You like clothes, don't you?
Look, I love clothes, yes. And also, I can't explain myself. I don't even have the words to explain myself. But yes, it's in particular gym stuff, because I'm not trying to justify it, but I am an online fitness coach. I am a fitness coach, let's just say that. I train 5-6 days a week. I'm at the gym. So, yeah, you must be able to relate.
So you need enough gym outfits for a whole gym.
And also I am a content creator. So I have to...
Why'd you wear the same ones?
You can't wear the same ones.
No,
that's the
do.
point. I don't. Well, then I need to buy some more if that's what you think. How embarrassing. You think I wear the same clothes all the time. Oh my God, that's embarrassing.
I'm only joking. And
no, but like when you're filming content, you can't wear the same set every time.
Of course not. I know, I appreciate that. I'm in the same boat.
Yeah. Should we get your recent orders up?
As much as I'm throwing shade on
Brother.
you, I also enjoy buying gym clothes because.
No, your mum.
Your mum.
No, sorry, your mum just messaged.
As much as like I.
Yeah.
Would like not to. It's a massive part of the gym these days. It never used to be. Like it used to just turn up.
The clothes you wear, you mean?
Yeah, it used to just turn up to the gym and in whatever you wanted to do. Like I don't know, an old t-shirt, or some people still do, to be fair. Or if you played football or rugby, you just wear like a training top or team shirt or whatever it was, and you rock up, you do a session, go home. Now it's so much more a
fashion show.
It is a fashion show.
Yeah,
and
it is. But arguably, it's not just a fashion show. Look, I can only speak for myself. I love fashion, full stop. So like whether I'm going out for brunch, whether I'm going out for dinner, or I'm in the gym, I want to look good. And because it makes me feel good.
Yeah, no,
and
I appreciate
like
that.
fashion, and I like looking.
And I think for people who do spend a lot of their time in athleisure, or gym kit in general, it's nice to not, and it's nice to put on a nice pair of jeans and dress up, or feel like you're dressing up, just putting on normal clothes, I suppose. But it'd be like working in a somewhere where you have to dress quite formally all the time.
Yeah, this is what I was just about to say.
You'd feel the opposite.
We just want to jump in here and say thank you to every single one of you who listens to the podcast or watches us on YouTube.
But on that, we hope our community continues to grow, and we can inspire more people to start their own journey. It's like, I'll just put on a shit suit.
All we ask is, of course,
they want to look good. They want to feel powerful. They want to feel whatever they want to feel. Don't forget to drop in your own questions and gym stories to us on social media. I know the gym is Gym Couple Pod, so we can read them out loud. I'll just wear whatever I want. It's the gym, but the gym technically is our place of work. Like, I'm going in there to film content to get more clients. People are looking at me as a coach. You know, like I want to feel good, and I want to show off what I work so hard for.
I completely agree, but I just feel like, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it at all. I am one of those people. I've got gym tops that I wouldn't even wear to the gym because I wouldn't want to train in them.
What is a gym? What are you saying is a gym
t-shirts,
top?
like, you know, t-shirts that,
like the material that are like
no, not like necessarily that, but they are gym brands. But this is what I'm saying, like I think it is that athleisure
like
trends that kind of pushed it all forward. Now look at these brands like Gymshark. They're doing lifestyle clothing, which isn't really lifestyle clothing because it's still got that gym sort of style to it, and you'd still see people wearing some of that stuff to the gym. But
did you see what I wore to the gym today? Trackies and sliders.
Yeah, well, exactly.
That's become acceptable, and I don't know when it happened.
Yeah, there you are going like, I've got all these gym clothes, and then she wears trackies and sliders.
It's like people wear Crocs. Like, anything goes these days.
Anything does go, and that's absolutely fine. And I think part of what it is because there's so many people now trying to get content in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's for their own business, whether it's for maybe they're filming stuff and sending it to their coach or their PT, who's then they might be posting the stuff up. Maybe they've got their own little fitness account where they just post their own stuff up. People want to look good. They want to look the part.
Or maybe they're not filming. They just
want to
feel good.
Yeah,
like if you look good, you feel good, and
Absolutely.
I will always stand by that. And you're right, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't care. It does not matter what the hell you decide to wear in the gym. If you are showing up and moving your body and training, fair play to you. Wear whatever the hell you want, but wear something that makes you feel confident.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, the gym can be an intimidating place. It can be a scary place. So if you feel confident and empowered, you're probably going to have a better session. And girls come up to me all the time. I mean, no, that sounded really big-headed, but like, girls do come up to me and they'll be like, "Oh my God, I love your set. Where's it from?
Yeah,
where's your sports bra from?"
You see that all the time. I hear it at work. I see it on people's social comments like, "Where'd you get this set from?" Guys don't do it too much because I think we're a bit smarter and we can spot logos.
Ooh, right. Okay.
No, I'm just saying, like, I think guys just generally don't do it as much. But
no, you're right. They don't.
But then I've asked people before. I've been like, "Oh, I really like that brand. Like, what is it? Where'd you get it from?" And I think it's interesting that it's gone so far that way, and these brands have like massively jumped on this. There's so many fitness brands out there now that do clothing, and everyone's got their favorite. Everyone swears by something or another.
But I think as well for girls, just cutting in there, it's also it depends, I guess. But I feel like for boys, you literally wear a pair of baggy shorts and a baggy top. Great. Us girls have to think about boobs. Like, if we're doing cardio or whatever you're doing, like, you don't want your tits flying all over the place. You've got to find a bra that is supportive but also makes you feel good. And
there's more to it for guys.
Then, okay, well, just hear me out. And then shorts. No offense, but girls aren't really wearing baggy shorts to the gym. I mean, maybe some are fine. Like, again, wear whatever you want. But like, there's actually more to think about on a female body.
Yeah, it's because you all wear like tight form-fitting gym clothes.
I know we don't have to, but generally we just do.
Yeah. But the same goes for guys. Like, if you've got a pump cover, like, you want your pump cover to be, oversized, but you might be wearing a vest underneath which isn't. Like, maybe that's more form-fitting, or if you've got a t-shirt, you might want to get one that's a bit tighter on the arms because you want your arms to be showing off a little bit more.
Yeah.
there is a lot more to think about. Shorts, like length of shorts is a massive thing. Some people wear longer shorts. The longer your shorts are, it depends. Your legs might not look as big because you've got shorts that go down to your knees.
People are picking things based on how it makes them look and feel.
I like shorter shorts, but I've got big legs anyway, so it doesn't really matter for me. But yeah, some people I know, they'll wear shorts that go past their like quads, and then it makes their legs look tiny. But then when they lift their shorts up, you're like, oh, like you've got massive legs.
Yeah,
but,
I don't know. Like, you've stopped wearing short shorts.
Yeah,
and your legs don't look as big.
Winter.
Yeah, fair. In the summer, you do wear shorter shorts. But yeah, no, it is a massive thing. And when you get caught up in it, it's actually quite hard to keep up with because, like, I love Honor Active. It's like, as we spoke about last week, my favourite brand. And once you've tried a couple of things from there and you find the way it fits you right, I'm literally waiting for my order now. Like, I'm like, where is the FedEx man? You just want everything. So there's this awful sense of overwhelm and anxiety every time they do a drop or a launch because I just want things and it just gets so stressful because things sell out, but you know you're going to love it. So you want more of it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and then you see someone in the gym and you're like, oh, I love what they're wearing.
It's like an addiction, isn't it?
Don't say that because that's scaring me. I don't have
an addiction. No, but it is. But
I
think everyone does to some degree. Anyone who regularly shops online and literally what you just described then, you know, it's like a...
Yeah, but an addiction is something that's like, you can't stop. I was going to say I could stop, but I don't want to.
And on that note...
No, it's not like a crutch. Like, I'm not like turning to clothes to...
No, but what you're saying, you know, you see someone else wearing something, you're like, oh, I want that. And then you'll find yourself looking online for it later on because you want to find something that's similar or the same thing.
You do the same. Do not throw me under the bus
I'm not saying I don't. Just not as often. Maybe with shoes.
Oh,
white trainers.
I'm feeling really guilty now. Let's move on.
So
ultimately, the gym is not a fashion show unless you want it to be, and I want it to be, so it is.
There you go. You've heard it here first, kids.
Yeah.
I've
got some listeners' messages.
I was going to say, do you want to do a little jingle?
No, it's your turn to do the jingle.
No, go on.
No,
Yours
come on.
sounds better.
Jingle. No, what the hell
Let's do it together. Listeners' questions.
Wait, I thought it was
listeners' messages. Go on, do that.
No, we call it questions or messages?
They're both, aren't they?
No, I actually think we need to give this little segment a proper name, like gym. No, because it's not always gym.
Always
sometimes
gym.
it's... I've actually got one today that's relationship based.
Ooh.
What? I don't like your attitude today.
Oh my God.
Anyway. Listener. Okay, we'll make up a jingle. What?
You're going to have to make up a jingle.
Okay. And let's think of a name. Like, someone come up with a name for it. For the segment. Can't just be listeners' messages. It's boring.
No, true. Question time. No.
I don't know. Okay, so I do have a question. I've just started in the gym, but I'm struggling with confidence and knowing how to speak to people. Any tips? I guess that's kind of around like gym etiquette, kind of.
I don't know what happened there. It's hard to
just malfunction.
It's hard to offer a sort of advice on that one without knowing the sort of situation fully.
Yes, I understand what you mean, and obviously it depends what type of person you are. If you're an introvert, extrovert, like arguably you don't really need to speak to anyone if you don't want to. But also, one thing I would say is if you're worried about the other people in the gym and you know needing to go and ask them how long they've got left on their like piece of equipment, or if you just want to ask someone how to do something or where something is, I think you just need to remember that every single person in there is a human being. Like they're not going to eat you.
No, and I think it depends. Again, it depends. Like, is there a group of people that you're trying to sort? Maybe there's a group in there, and you're like, oh, they look like they're having fun. I kind of want to be part of that group. If you're in there at the same time as them, sometimes going up to someone and saying like, oh, how many sets have you got left? And that's a good conversation starter because they'll be like, oh, I've got this, that, and I've got say 3 sets. Even saying something like maybe they're doing something that is maybe they're doing like a heavier weight, or they're I don't know, maybe you could give them some advice, or maybe you could
compliment their outfit.
That's what I mean. Like,
I love that set. Where's it from?
Yeah.
I've actually started friendships with people over that. People just come up to me, or I'm like, oh, I love your leggings. And then you're just like, oh, what are you training for? And I've actually made friendships from that. So,
yeah,
like you
exactly.
say, it depends what the context is. We don't really
look
know
at
the
Lucy.
context
She came over to me to tell me how impressed she was when I was deadlifting. So,
yeah, look where we are now.
So, it is just a case of, I guess, ripping that Band-Aid off and just going for it.
Yeah, I think people are a lot more scary than they are. People actually are pretty nice, and there might be the odd few that are slightly unfriendly, but that's fine. Like, then you know that, and you don't need to speak to them again. But like, for example, just to give you literally a real-time example today, obviously I'm confident in the gym because I've been there for ages and I know the environment, but there was a guy I've actually never seen in there before. But anyway, you know when you're both doing pull or whatever, and you end up following each other.
Oh, I gotta say, yesterday.
No, you don't gotta say.
Quickly,
You're gonna. I'm gonna forget what I was gonna say.
Because I'm gonna forget. I was with a client and she was doing lat pull downs, like single arm pull downs.
High row.
No, it was a pull down.
Right. Okay.
It's not a row. She was doing a single arm pull down, and someone pointed out that right behind us there was 3 other cable stacks.
Oh, was someone waiting?
No. And all 3 cable stacks
Everyone
were 3
doing
people doing exactly the same movement in exactly the same way.
It happens.
Because there weren't any benches available either. So
I hate
she
that.
was on one knee and then they were all doing the same.
Oh.
It was just the funniest thing. I was like, how is this like...
I sometimes hate when you're doing like tricep extensions and someone next to you is doing it and you like sync up and then you're like both doing it and you're like, oh,
I need to slow this
someone
down.
needs to stop. This is weird. No, but like sometimes you're in a situation where you end up like following someone around the gym because there's only so many exercises.
Have you got the same plan as me?
Yeah.
Who does your planning?
Like I'm like looking at the lat pull down ready to pounce on it, and then I look away for a second and someone's on it, and then it's the guy I was just waiting for him to finish something else, and then I went over and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna wait until you're finished because I know someone will jump in. But it was weird because he was just been next to me and it was like, I'm not following you, sorry. I'm just doing the same exercise. And he was like, oh, do you want to jump in? And I was like, oh, it's fine, I'm using a different attachment. He was like, no worries, just change it. So just changed the attachment, jumped in every time. Then we started like talking. He told me he used to be a footballer. Don't worry, darling. No, it was just like, then you just, I'm not saying we made friends, but then it's just like another person that you know in the gym.
Yeah.
And
no,
it's
exactly.
like, it's not, people are friendly. Like, that person might be feeling just as nervous as you are. So just 3, 2, 1. Hi, how many sets have you got left?
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
That's a really good way of getting into it. Or maybe just be like, I was going to say like, hey, I've seen you around here a few times. Don't say that.
What's with the accent? That's so scary.
But you could be like, oh, what sort of, something like, what's your training? Like, what sort of training split do you do? Because I see you in it all the time, and like something like that to just open up the chance for a conversation and the chance for getting to know someone a little bit better. I remember
what we said before as well. Like, most people love talking about themselves or would love a compliment. Like, if someone came over to me and was like, you look so good, like how many training days, like, and started asking me about my training, I would be like, that is so lovely. Let me tell you whatever you want to know. Like, let me help if I can help.
One last thing on that. Most people in the gym love talking about themselves.
Yeah. That's what I just said.
I won't finish that conversation. I won't bother. Sorry, guys, you won't get the rest of that one.
No, I'm just saying that's what. I'm saying.
Exactly. Most people like talking about themselves, so give them the opportunity to do so.
Yeah. Sorry. No. Now is the last thing. I was just gonna say.
No. Now it's
just on touching on.
Just one more thing.
Just touching on gym etiquette. Another thing I saw today that I found fascinating was. This girl was on the lat pull down and I watched this. I was just foam rolling, so I was just like observing the room. And this guy walked over to her. She was literally in the middle of her set, but she obviously caught him like looking. So she like stopped, but he like went right over to her in the middle of her set and was like, how many sets you got left? So she stopped her set to answer. And I thought, how odd. Like, don't you just wait until she's finished?
There's a guy who goes to our gym who... I don't know why. It's just he's always in there when I'm training. Youngish guy. I think you know the one I'm talking about.
I think so. Yeah.
And like I'll be doing an exercise, and he obviously wants the equipment, and he'll just come over and just like fair play. He's not interrupting my set at all. But there's been times he'll come and just stand there,
But
just
it does
stand there
interrupt.
and stare. Just staring. Like, not... If I was in that situation...
I'd be like on my phone.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'll just wait till they're finished. But, like, he just stands and watches. And I'm like, this is so awkward. Sometimes I've been just setting up to do an exercise, like, just about to start. And I see him come over. and I'm like, I could stop.
But you're strapped in.
But I'm ready to go. And I'm like, he's going to watch my whole set.
Oh, I hate that. If I know that I find that uncomfortable, so if I'm going over to someone, I'll sort of like hold back a little bit until they're done with their set.
Yeah.
Or I'll sort of look around the room. Like, I won't watch them do it because it just makes someone feel uncomfortable. But he just like interjected right as she was like, she'd done like 3 reps and he just like came over, so she had to stop her set. So in terms of gym etiquette, wait till they're done with their set and then go and ask them.
I'd add another set on if I was a person. I'd be like, well, I haven't done that one.
I mean, no, they ended up like jumping in with each other and it all looked very friendly, so it's fine. But
whatever. But yeah, it's just that's very weird.
Yeah. Anyway,
next one.
Good luck with that, by the way. Maybe if you do need more confidence, you could work with one of the PTs at the gym. That might help.
Yeah, true. But
just keep going back. Basically, don't let any situation put you off. Like, just keep going back, and your confidence will grow. Okay. I know it's not a fitness. Sorry, I read that wrong. I know it's a fitness podcast, so not sure if you guys are happy to answer relationship questions.
Yeah,
we absolutely are. We are in a relationship after all. But I started dating a guy, and I think...
Congratulations.
I started dating a guy, and I think I've got the ick. Can you ever come back from the ick? Help.
Yeah, I mean, I've had the ick so many times with Lucy, and every time she's just made it worse. I'm joking. I'm joking. I don't think...
Oh my God.
Obviously, as a man, you know, I don't think the ick's a real thing, to be honest. I think a lot of the times an ick is either a poor excuse for them being shitty or a poor excuse for you to be shitty, realistically. And like... Sometimes I get it. Some things people do, and it's a little bit cringy. But like, I wouldn't call it the ick. I wouldn't be like, that's an opportunity for me to be like, oh, I'm not interested in this person anymore because I don't find them attractive because they do this certain thing or they are this certain. I don't know. I guess it depends on the situation, but I just don't feel like an ick's a real.
I know what you mean. I think maybe icks are typically quite
extreme.
But
not the opposite.
No, but they're like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like they're kind of based on like physical things, like might be something someone's worn or they've said, or like if that doesn't really dictate their personality unless it is something that you really just don't like about them. That's fine. Like if you don't like it about that person, if it's one thing they did or one thing they said or. I don't want to be mean, but I did get the ick once from you. But look where we are now.
What gave you the ick?
I can't say it. It's so mean.
All right.
I do want to say it though. Whisper it to me. No, I'll say. No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Whisper it to me first.
No, it's just something you.
Whisper it to me first. Come on. Come here.
No, I don't want to.
Whisper it to me.
I'd rather say it to the listeners.
Come on.
It's just something.
Whisper it.
It's just something you wore once.
Something I wore once? What did I wear?
Can I say it?
Well, I don't know what I wore.
But this is what I mean. Like, the icks are very, like...
is it something I still have now?
Materialistic. I fucking hope not. Basically, this one time you... I can't. I love you too much to say it. I really do love you. But yeah, it was just this one time. We'd like only been dating like a month or two. No, maybe even like a month. No, it's your eyes. I can't. I feel too mean. I was meeting your friends and you wore these sunglasses.
Oh, yeah.
Does that really mean?
No, I get it.
But like...
It's probably a bit mean.
Oh, it's really, really mean. And icks are quite mean, like, because it is normally something someone's just like you could, I don't know, I feel really awful. Do you know what you
could have done in that situation though?
No, because I didn't know you well enough then. It was very, very early days and I actually remember a point in the night you came over to me, and no, because I wasn't like near you the whole night because I actually had the ick. Like the ick for me is like you actually don't want to be near them. Like I know that sounds awful, but you're like, oh my god, I don't.
Be near me
and then there was a point in the night when you went, oh, now you want to be near me. You haven't been near me all night, and it was because like it got dark and you like got rid of them. And then I was like, oh, I really like him still.
That's so horrible.
That's awful, isn't it?
That is awful.
But the moral of the story is
I'm actually quite hurt by that.
I'm sure I've given you the ick.
No, but it's not an opportunity where I'd probably.
Oh, he's really sad.
Where I'd ever say that like I didn't want to be near you.
No, look, it wasn't. I didn't want to be near you. That was a bit extreme. It was just I was like thinking in my mind, because I do think the ick does that. It kind of makes you think, oh my god, do I actually really like this person? Like, do I fancy this person? And whatever you've got the ick about, it does make you suddenly go, oh my god. But I actually think sometimes it's just a fear in you, like trying to get out of something that. It's actually really silly. If you were to throw a great relationship away over something so silly, like that is really stupid. So the answer to the question is yes, of course you can come back from the ick, because if someone's just worn something or said something, that doesn't mean that they're not a good person or they're not right for you.
I think it depends what you define as an ick as well. Like, if it's them genuinely being a shitty person, probably more of a red flag than an ick.
Oh, 100%.
So
we give each other the ick all the time. Like when we do stupid shit.
We do it on purpose, though. It's not. I guess with the ick, it's more something that people are unaware of, which is where it. That's really sad. That's what I mean. That's where it's not very. That's where it's not very nice. Yeah, like maybe someone wearing sunglasses because they don't have any other pairs, and it was sunny, and someone being horrible about it.
I wasn't horrible about it though, was I? Look where we are here a year later.
Yeah, well, I've only just found this story out, so I wonder what else you're hiding.
There's nothing else I'm hiding, that's it.
What if someone had got them for me as like sentimental value? Yeah, feel bad now, don't you?
Not really, because I think it's like your partner's duty to tell you if something just doesn't really suit you.
Well, you haven't until now.
Yeah, because you've not worn them again, because I took you shopping and was like, we need to get you some new sunglasses, and then that's what we did.
Yeah,
we went and got them. Some. Yeah, accidentally, I whipped my hand and they smashed, but...
Oh, dear.
Now, we're in a relationship and we're very comfortable with each other. I would quite happily be like, they don't suit you, get some others. As you would with me. You'd be like, that doesn't suit you.
Yeah.
But you know, when you first start dating someone, obviously you don't want to upset them, so you don't say anything.
No, I understand that. Yeah, but still, I think there's probably a way you could have...
No, I've really upset him now.
Approached that a bit better. Anyway.
What do you mean, approached it better? I didn't do anything.
Anyway, moving on. One more?
I don't actually know if I have any more. Let me just check. I haven't actually finished all the ones on my story. Well, yeah, they're probably separate, aren't they? They're not ready for the podcast. So, no. Do you have any questions?
No, not this week.
How long have we been talking? Oh my gosh, 53 minutes. Wow.
Sorry, guys.
Time really does fly. We said it was going to be a quick one.
It has been quick in the sense that we've flowed quite nicely through things, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
We figured out Lucy's mean.
Oh, I feel really guilty. Do you know what? As soon as we stop this podcast, I'm going to get it in the neck.
No, you won't.
I will.
Make me out like some sort of
you're going to be like you're going to be like you've really upset me actually, and then I'm going to have to grovel.
I'm already over it, to be honest. I'm already over it.
I'm really sorry. Your mum's going to listen to this and think I'm a terrible person.
Yeah,
but
don't worry, she'll know that because I'll text her afterwards
and say what?
Lucy's mean.
I'm not mean because I'm the opposite of mean, because I looked past that and was like, I actually love this guy and I want to be with him and I think he's absolutely amazing, and sunglasses can be changed.
Was this the El Sheeran night?
I can't remember. Maybe it was the night I met your friend, so maybe.
Yeah, it was then.
Yeah. So look,
amazing.
It's all good now.
Wow. You can come back from the ick. You heard it here first.
You can come back from the ick.
Well, thank you for listening to another episode 19, this one, I believe.
19?
Yeah.
Wowie.
I know.
And do you know what? We've only ever missed, I think, 2.
Yeah.
One when we were really ill, and then one when we were coming back from Marbella.
Yeah, that's true.
So we've done pretty good.
We've done pretty well. And we missed some over Christmas, I think. We had a little break.
Maybe.
But
well, either way, as we said at the very, very start, we'll be here every single week showing up.
Absolutely.
And we appreciate everyone that does.
After that, maybe not every single week, but as many weeks as we can do, we will try our best to provide some form of entertainment for your ears.
You know, I'd feel like, when does it get to a point when we're like, this is season 1 and then we move into season 2? Surely like 20 episodes.
20, 25.
Oh, I don't know.
Just go rogue in like 23. Random.
No, that's annoying.
That's something for us to ponder over. Maybe we'll take a little break and reassess and reevaluate how we're going to do things. And
I mean, and people have asked me before, are we going to get guests on? And it's something we've definitely talked about.
We really want them. We just want it to be in an environment where we're able to have them properly and have people set up in a way that, you know, at the moment we've got limited equipment and space. So maybe down the line we get some sort of studio space or something. That would be so cool.
That would be so cool.
Have an opportunity to record with people in there. And if anyone has got this far and they have any suggestions of,
I think the time's going to go, so we
guests
need to wrap up,
that they might like, let us know.
Yeah. But other than that, we will catch you in the next episode. Have a wonderful week, whatever you're up to. Good luck on your diets. Good luck on your reverse diet. No, good luck on your diets. Good luck on your bulks. See you next week.
Sayonara.
Ciao.